We had a lot of mistakes.
What kind of mistakes?
Penalties. A lot of penalties. Unnecessary penalties. That's all I can say right now. I haven't watched film yet, but I know it's a lot of mistakes we need to clean up.
How frustrating was that for you?
It wasn't really frustrating. It was just like, we know we got to keep our heads level just to go out there and compete. They're here, their home, 80-some thousand people here. Got to compete, and we just failed tonight.
What changed from the first half to the second half?
We were chasing. We was chasing that lead back, and we finally got it. We supposed to kept it, but we did it. So.
What did you see on that final series? You ended up getting stopped on the fourth down.
They went zone. We just kept hitting underneath passes. In the last play, I thought we had the first down, but I guess we didn't.
Why was it tough to focus after that? What happened when you were in the foul? Get focused and get ready to come out the second half?
No, it wasn't hard at all. It was just like I was waiting on the call. Probably that's it.
Why were you so frustrated there?
No, I wasn't frustrated. It was just they were turning my neck, and I ain't seen no penalties.
Have you ever been choked like that pile before?
Nah, I wasn't used to that, so that's why I was like, I don't want to call them, but it's cool. That's football.
Once you all started to pick up, what was going so right?
We was executing, going over, running. Well, everything was going full speed. All our players running their routes full speed. Line, better protection, and we was after it.
Well, how much was most, I guess, you all struggle on offense or any time been tackled or sacked or anything like that? How much better was their defense than what you guys have faced?
I can't really say their defense was better than like anyone else we played, but it was like we wasn't into it. Like we wasn't focused at first, and then we got focused and started doing better.
What'd you say to James?
He all right, I thought he had the first down. I'm not mad at him.
Do you think he
thought he had? Do you think he thought he had?
He thought he had the first down.
Think he's what sure where the marker was? Or
Yeah,
what?
probably. We was to the field. He was to the field, and I guess the marker was like in the boundary, and I guess he knew.
Some cleaner pockets in the third quarter. What was different about the third quarter as opposed to the first and second?
Our linemen was hungry, and they was letting me know they were like their fault. They was blaming it on themselves, but I was telling them it was my fault too because I shouldn't see stuff like that coming, and I shouldn't be aware. So.
How difficult was it to get used to just the crowd noise that was out there?
It was crazy. That was my first time, my lineman kept saying, what are you saying? What are you saying? So I wasn't used to it at first, but after that, we got together and just went to move.
Did you learn anything about your team today?
We were tough. We was down at the beginning. People don't usually come back and score that many points, and we tough.
What did Coach Petrino say to you guys after the game? What was his words to you?
Get ready to practice hard. We're going to practice hard. We weren't supposed to go out there and make that many mistakes. And we didn't look organized like that. We looked like we were just playing with them, I guess, like helping them out. And we're going to work hard.
What does the road ahead look like?
Say again?
What does the road ahead look like for this team?
Right. We not down. We down because this is our first loss of the season. But we're not planning on losing no more.
All right, guys, we got to go.
Thank you very
All
much.
right.